if you were to ask your children, would they say mommy and daddy love each other? So in today's episode, we're going to look at the lesson that your children are learning from how you treat each other as husband and wife.
Now I know you love, you love.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Husband and Life. I'm Standish.
And I'm Kelechi.
And together we are the Chatfikers.
Welcome back, guys. Happy Tuesday.
Hey.
Today. Juicy business happening. We're going to be talking about love, but from a different perspective.
Oh.
From the perspective of the children.
Okay.
Okay? Because, a lot of people don't understand that when you have children, you've got your children in the home, they watch every single thing that you do. Okay? They are watching you. Even when you think, oh, you did it sneaky, they didn't see that. They will clock in you. Hardcore shadows, okay? And the main thing about this is that they learn about how to love and how to be loved by what they see between mummy and daddy, between, their parents, and how their parents show love towards one another. So we have a dilemma.
Oh, yeah, another one.
And it was interesting because I was like, I wouldn't even think about this with our kids, how they see us cuddling, kissing, being affectionate, showing
Gifts.
acts of service, gifts, giving,
Dinner, cooking,
everything.
all of that
we
stuff.
get involved in all those things. And I think it's really important for them to see that so they know what to do when it's their time. Okay, it's many, many years from now because they're very, very young. So
20 years, please.
20 years we're praying for, yeah. So, But we're showing them, we're giving them examples for the next 20 years. Do you know what I mean?
And they can just roll through blind.
Yeah.
What?
So the dilemma is,
do you love travel and do you love money? Now, we have been able to combine the two things that we love the most, which is travel and money. And here we are living the lifestyle that we've always dreamed about. We are no longer worrying about our annual leave because we are not 9-to-5ers and we're not living paycheck to paycheck. You can monetize travel to help you live the lifestyle that you want, travel the world, and help other people understand how they can travel the world too. We help our clients to book the most amazing holidays, just like this one that we're on at the moment. And we want to help other people also live this lifestyle. So if you're interested, please do send us a message and we will give you all the information that you want. Making travel pay, that's what we do.
it's all about how you have fake smiles in front of the children, it says. So, last week, after one of our usual screaming matches...
Screaming matches, okay.
Yeah, usual. My husband stormed out. I was shaking, trying to calm the kids down when I found my 8-year-old son hiding under the couch with headphones on. When I gently took them off, he looked at me and said, "Can you and Daddy just get a divorce already? I'm tired."
Woo.
8 years old.
Hey.
Wow. She said I was gutted. But what really shook me was what happened the next morning. My daughter, only 5, handed me a marriage contract.
No.
She drew with crayons. Wow. It had rules like don't yell in the kitchen, kiss before bedtime, and say sorry if you break something. It was taped together like a legal document. She said, "You and Daddy can sign this and then no more fighting." She's 5, guys.
Jesus.
5 years old. Oh my gosh.
They be watching.
I sat there stunned. My 5-year-old was trying to mediate our marriage like a judge. That's when I realized we've created an emotional battlefield and we've drafted our children as witnesses. But now I'm stuck. Do I fake the peace for their sake? Or do we separate so they don't grow up thinking this is what love looks like? Or do we fight for something better, something they can actually be proud of remembering? I don't know what to do, but I know I can't let them keep learning this version of love. Please help. This is a deep one. 8 and 5 is really young. Really, really young.
On one aspect, you're proud, that the kids are able to understand that this isn't how a relationship should be. They shouldn't be screaming and yelling like this for somebody you say you love. On one aspect, we should actually be glad that the children can actually look at what a good relationship should look like. They understand that this is not a great relationship. They understand if you say you love somebody, this is not how you should be treating them. But on the other hand, it's actually sad and devastating to think a 5-year-old and 8-year-old have actually realized these people hate each other. They don't like each other. Why are they still married? Why are they in a relationship when all they do is shout and all they do is yell?
Yeah.
Do you know? So that's the first initial thoughts I would have looking at this. As a parent, you've obviously lived your life to a point where you are almost numb to it because you put it like our usual. What did you say?
Our usual fight.
Yes, our usual yelling match.
Yeah.
Which means it's routine. So now
This is how they communicate.
This is your habit. This is how you communicate now. And the kids are seeing this and going, I don't think this is good. To the point that the kid is hiding behind the sofa with his headphones and trying to block the noise because the noise is so poisonous. And when people are fighting and loud and aggressive, it's
just not nice.
No.
It's not nice for a young mind
to consume that.
Consume that chaos is the word that comes to my mind when I think about it. You know, like in certain films where you see the mother and the father and they're fighting and the doors are slamming and pots are being thrown around and so maybe someone might get a little slap. That's what I think of.
The violence extreme.
Fights. That's the extreme I go to.
Yep.
It was probably just a little shouting match, but that's probably how loud the children feel it. Especially to put headphones on and hide underneath the couch is crazy. And then the fact that, your 5-year-old knows that things are not okay and it cannot continue this way. If the children are able to see that this is not healthy, why can you guys not see that? That's the question I've got. And how can you guys start to think about mending that? I know she was saying about she just smile and, overlook the argument for the children's sake. I don't think you should. I think you need to find a new way to communicate with each other. I think you need to find a new way that's less loud and shouty and very chaotic and find a more calming, tranquil, low volume way of communicating. Speak to each other with kindness and love and respect. Those are the kind of words I would probably use when trying to overcome a disagreement or something that you guys just don't see eye to eye, because you will argue. Those people that say, we don't argue.
We'll argue.
I'm sorry, somebody is not saying what they truly
They're
feel,
suppressing,
or you guys haven't hit. You're not going deep enough.
No.
You're doing surface level shit. Like, you ain't going deep enough. Something bad ain't happened yet. Okay, but you will argue. Because it's two people coming from two different upbringings, two different lifestyles. You're seeing things in different perspectives.
Twins.
You're not going to, even twins argue. So you're not going to just be okay with everything.
Whatever she says,
Yeah.
whatever he says.
Things are going to irritate you. Things are going to annoy you. But you have to find a way to communicate that with the love, with the kindness, with the respect, right? It's not a case of always shouting, always slamming doors, always having a shouting match, because these little babies, they're seeing what you're doing and they're going to take it on whether they like it or not, because it's learnt behaviour. So now when they grow up, that's how they're going to communicate with their people. They're going to shout, they're going to slam doors, they're going to be like, when really and truthfully, if you start now, because they're still young, you can start now, and they can start to see how you should really communicate with somebody that you say you love. And it's a case of, do you love your partner?
Yes, it is. Because, to add, you got to look at, even like when I am with the kids now, like, there's certain things I will ask of them. Like Elijah, for example, I will always say to him, you need to be careful how you react with certain things. Don't react on emotion. Because when emotion is high, intelligence is low. So think about it. Take 3 seconds to process it. Just say it again, and try and diffuse the situation so you can address it in a mannered, calculated way, and then you can express it intelligently. Like, I don't agree with something you've done, rather than just jumping off the handle and have regret and then go, oh, I thought you said, I thought. which is another element of communication. And Emily's a bit younger, so I'm trying to teach her what gentlemen should do for her. So, for example, when we get in the car, she doesn't touch the door. She waits outside for me to come and open the door.
If you don't come and get the door, she says, "Excuse me."
Excuse me, she waits outside like this. And then when she's inside the car as a passenger, she waits. And what's going on? We'll be so late to where we need to go. And she's not touching the door. She's like, so those are the things we are trying to teach them so they can see that that's how it should be.
Yeah, and you do that by example, right?
Yeah.
These are the examples that you need to show. You need to show how you love someone in action, not with words, right?
We can all say words.
We can always say I love you. Yeah. But if you're gonna be shouting at me 5 minutes later about the sock that I left on the floor and proper like flying off the handle shouting, do you really love me?
You know?
Okay, calm down. Don't be bringing that bathtub. I would like to say about the bathtub, Standish child.
Go on.
In my defense.
Okay, you go.
I told you about that bathtub several times.
Several.
And
then you flew off the handle with the eighth roll.
Yes, the eighth roll time. When you decided that you wanted me to use the bath in its state.
So the example.
Even a dog wouldn't be able to use the bath in the state it was in.
You just want things a certain way, isn't it?
Listen, I'm a clean person. Okay, that's what I can tell you. Anyway, we digress. We're talking about the dilemma. We're helping the people.
We are, because real life examples.
I said it nicely. I said it calmly. Please, may you, sir.
Where was I when this was said?
It was said calmly.
Please, may you, sir.
Yeah, those were the several times. Then I said, how very dare you? Yeah.
You're pushing me.
How very dare you?
Oh,
you're pushing your limit.
You're pushing it. All right.
Okay.
So that's what's happening.
That's how it goes.
Levels.
You don't go in straight away.
Okay. So we need to find a way to reset the levels. Yes.
Turn it down.
You're running. You stand on 10 already.
You start on 10. You can't. You can start at 2.
2 and then build it. You know.
Start at 2, and the 2 is, I'd like us to have a conversation. This is not okay. This is really hurting my feelings. I don't like when you do this. Can we do this instead? Let's have an alternative to this problem. What else can we do instead of doing this? You know?
Yeah.
But you say it in a calm, professional way where it's just from the heart. It's soft. It's kind. You know?
Okay.
That's what I think.
That's what you think. And
I think that it will be received.
Absolutely.
It will be received, yes? Yes, until it happens again. And
until
then you say it again.
And then you say it again, repeatedly.
Like when you drop the socks on the floor, they're just everywhere. Why do you keep doing this to me? Please put it away.
Finding the communicating styles that the recipient, because communication isn't for me, it's for the person that I want to get the message. If the person does not get the message,
I didn't do a good job.
No.
My communicating is whack.
Exactly. And it's in their mind, they think, this is how we are, this is how we communicate, we scream.
We just be shouting every time. Every time the littlest thing is happening in the household, it's a screaming match.
But it's impacting the children, because the children are seeing that and going, actually, this is not okay.
And there's only 2 ways that the kids can go when they see these things when they grow up. They can either take on everything and be doing the same with their own spouse.
Repetition.
Or they go the complete opposite way and they never even say anything at all.
So they don't have to
So they don't need to
shake
do confrontation at all. And someone's just going to walk all over them and just do whatever. And they're going to be like, well, I just wanted to keep the peace in the house.
Because I came from childhood trauma where
it's really traumatic for me.
All my parents just screamed at each other at all times, and they said they loved each other. Hey.
You don't want that. You don't want them to be walked all over.
Both.
You need them to be able to stand their ground, but do it in a really kind, respectful way. And they're going to learn that from you, and you can start teaching them that by the way you communicate with your partner. And like we said, everyone has their different language where they communicate, the language style, the way they communicate. figure out what that is for the both of you. Is there another way you can communicate with each other where you understand where each other's perspectives are coming from? And then you can find a way to connect the two. We talk about communication like literally every single episode. It's ridiculous.
Because
It's the only thing that is going to allow you to be able to overcome this problem, number one. And number two, allow you to continue to stay with your partner and have a peaceful and happy relationship. But you've got to figure out what kind of communication the both of you need.
What level?
You know, what level and when, how, what environment. It's got to be on more than one occasion. You got to schedule that thing if you're busy, you know, because everyone's got things to do. You're going to have to schedule it. You have to make it a priority.
Yeah.
And you might have to even need to like get to know your partner again because you've probably not even had this deep a conversation where you don't even really know each other's language styles or communication styles.
Your job or your work starts at 9. You're there at 9 because it is important
It's
to you
important to you to get paid.
To get paid. So what's you're saying your wife or husband is not important enough to schedule a time to make that time and effort to be there to say, okay, how do we work on our relationship, on our marriage? How do we make this a priority as it should be?
Yeah, and it should be, especially if you've got children creating, you know, legal contracts and asking you to get divorces. It's a non-negotiable after that.
No,
as far
you
as
got
I'm
to sit
concerned.
down
It's a
and go
non-negotiable.
and really
We need to fix this immediately because my children
SOS.
are talking about the D word, and that ain't it. Okay, so an 8-year-old to know what divorce means is wild to me. So I think those are the things that you need to really to take a look at. How can you guys sit down and learn more about each other? Find another way.
Another way.
Find a new strategy. Because the goal is the same, but we have to change the strategy.
Pivot.
We have
This
to
is not
change it.
working.
It's not working.
Let's try this.
It's not working. You may have to bring some professionals in. It's okay to
The mediator.
have therapy.
Yes.
It's all good. It doesn't mean you failed. It means that you are mature enough
Yeah.
to want to fix the problem with somebody who can give you the tools to do that. Okay, and they can help you and guide you. It's like having a mentor. Everybody that's in business has a mentor.
Yeah.
If they're in a successful business, they've got a mentor. They've got somebody that they go to who gives them they're accountable to, somebody who shows them the pathway. You shouldn't do this, you should do this. This will get you to where you want to go. So see your therapist as your relationship mentor, okay? And they're there to help guide you, get you into the right path, and keep you there. Or if it's not working, find another path that's going to get you to where you need to be. But I really do believe that therapy professionals can help you get there. So that is one of the main things that you guys could look into if you feel that you can't do it yourself. That's another way to schedule it.
Yeah.
Every week, you go to your relationship mentor.
Yes.
And you talk about different aspects of what's gone on that week. And it helps you connect.
Absolutely. So, what did you think? Well, you heard our 2 cents.
We need to hear your 2 cents because, it's a two-way situation. Make sure that you pop that in the comments for us. Thank you so much for joining us this week and we'll see you next week. Take care.